Good morning. I'm just going to quickly show you how to do a crash course in HTML. First, I'm going to start by drawing this, a human being-ish. See, that's your head, and that is your body of your human. This is me, nice and chubby human. If you understand the head is at the top and the body is below it, then you already understand something about HTML. Okay. Now I want to go to my text editor. I'm just going to open up Notepad. I have Notepad. Now HTML or a web page works in tags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a tag just to say, listen, I'm going to start writing an HTML web page. HTML being the language we're using here. So open bracket, HTML. And I'm going to write stuff in between this, and at the very end when I'm done, I'm going to close it by saying /HTML. That's my closing tag. So here now I open HTML, and here I close my HTML, saying between this, I'm going to write code my browser will interpret and show me some web page stuff. So open HTML, close it. Now remember I showed you my human being drawing, a head and a body. Now back to my Notepad. Now I'm going to open a head. This is my head part. I'm going to close my head part. Just like a body, a head and a body. Now if there's a head, there needs to be a body. So I'm going to open my body, body open. And I'm going to close my body, /body. Now you'll see lots of people use spaces to make it read nicer. I can do that too. I'm just going to go spacebar. So this is where my head is. And maybe my body will start over here, spacebars, whatever. Alignment doesn't really matter that much, just looks neater. So I have my head and my body and my HTML. So this says HTML opens. And this closes. So everything between this is HTML. This says my head opens, my head closes. This says my body opens, my body closes, because a body, a head and a body. Okay, now within my head, I need to give it a title. So I'm going to go find just title open and hello, how are you? Read me please. I'm just going to write that, why not? And then I'm going to say /title to say my title is ending. You have to close it, otherwise HTML thinks you're still busy with a certain part. So if I didn't close my title tag, a browser would think I'm still busy writing the title. So I have to tell it I'm starting my title and I'm ending my title. So the stuff in between, that's my title. Okay, I did that. Now I have a web page. It's got really nothing on it. Maybe we'll write one sentence in a paragraph. So I'll go into my body. I'll write a P for a paragraph. And I'll say, this is my first paragraph. And remember, I opened it, so I need to close it again to tell it this is the paragraph in between. So now open tag /P. Now I have my paragraph. Maybe I'll give it a heading as well, just to give it a nice big font type. Okay, H1 is heading sized 1. 1 is the biggest. So this is my biggest size heading. And I've opened it, so I have to close it. /H1. Maybe I'll make a smaller subheading. I'll go H2. You get H3, H4, you get the idea. It gets smaller, smaller, smaller as the numbers get bigger. This is a smaller heading. And opened it, close it. /H2. Okay, so now I have a heading, a smaller heading, a paragraph. I have a body that I open and close, and within it I have the title. And I have my head, the title, then I have my body. And I'm telling the whole thing, this is all HTML. Now let's save it as an HTML file. Save as. Now so on my desktop, I'm going to say web page .html. Now I'm just going to zoom in on that just so you can see. Very important. I know maybe you don't need it, but I called it web page .html. See, nice and large. So you can see that .html is very important. I can even change this web page.html. I'm going to click save. I saved it on my desktop. Now I can actually go and zoom out again. Where's my magnifier? Don't need that anymore. Okay. Close it. I've saved it as webpage.html and I saved it on my desktop. This shortcut key is Windows key and D. Minimizes everything to my desktop. And there it is. Now I double click it. How do you open this file? Firefox. Okay. And what do we get? We get our first web page. Congratulations. You have written your first web page. Easy as that. The title part that we put in our head, just to say this is the title, this is always written in that tab over there. You see that? Or maybe we need to zoom again. Magnifier. You see here, hello, how are you? In that tab, see, we can create more tabs, open more pages. See, open, close. But here, this tab says, hello, how are you? Read me, please. So this is the title of my web page. That's the stuff written in my tab. Then I said, this is my biggest size heading. I put it in my H1 open tag and close tag to tell it where the heading 1 starts and ends. This is my heading 2 tag, where it opens and it closes. And this is my paragraph. So, I'm just going to minimize this while I'm still recording this for you all. Now say I want something nicer. Maybe I want a line. A horizontal ruler line. I will go and I'll type here and I'll say maybe between the two headings I'll say HR, and that should give me a horizontal ruler. That's what HR stands for. And I go File, Save, because I need to reload this web page. I go back here and I click on Reload. And what do I have? A horizontal ruler line, just there. I can change the thickness of the line, the color, all kinds of things, but you don't need it for the assessments we're doing. What you might need is, say you want to do something cooler. Now, on Moodle, they've given you a humongous cheat sheet. Don't worry about it. If you want to do something, you can always just go and read up about it. So let's go to W3 Schools. W3 Schools, online web tutorials. And I want to go, fine, I need to know HTML. I can start here at my HTML tutorial. And I can go, well, maybe I want an image, HTML image, or I want to link to a different web page. How do I do that? Now let's learn how to do images. Okay, so now the tutorial starts. Example, it says image source equals, and then the file name of the image and the alt text. This is when you hover over the text with the mouse pointer. This is what it says. Example. An example. You know what? And it explains these tags. It says the URL, the source attribute, the alt attribute, and examples. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to just go, fine. I'm slightly lazy. Work smarter, not harder. If this is the example of how to get an image, I'm going to go copy this. Go back to my web page that I've started writing. I'm going to go paste. I'm pressing tab just to. So it needs a image. Now what image will I use here? Now I need an image. So I'm going to go to Google. Let's search for an image of a tree. Images. This looks like a beautiful tree picture. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. Click on it. I'm going to go right click. I'm going to say copy image link. to just get the URL for that image. Go back to my web page. And I'm going image source equals, and I'm going to go this one. Let's see if this works properly. And I paste that in. Wow, that looks like too much. It will probably work, but I don't like the way that worked. I'm going to open this website rather, to go to this picture, right click, copy image link, back to my web page that I'm writing, image source equals, that's better. And my alt text here, I'm just going to say, this is a tree picture. No lie. So if anyone was ever hover over it or it doesn't load, that is what they would see. I'm going to file, save, go back to my web page. Hello, how are you? So I know, read the title over here. This is where I am. And reload. And there I get my image. I can change the size, the alignment, etc. You don't actually need to know how to do the image for the assignments that we're doing today, but here we are. We have our HTML web page. That's basically all you need to know. HTML, the head part, the title part, the body. You can have a horizontal, a heading, a ruler, a paragraph, an image. Close my body, close my whole web page, and that's it. I'm done. Have fun building your first web pages. I've had lots of fun in my life, and the kids love this because it's so simple, and anything you need to learn how to do, sometimes you think we're smart, and then they just go to W3 schools and they're like, oh, I want to put a YouTube video player in it, and I want to put colors and a background, and they just copy and paste those tags and use them, and suddenly they have this really nice web page, and it works. That's how the World Wide Web works. Okay, see you later, everyone.